Have you ever heard about golden handcuffs? In today's episode of Crap, Now What? Me, your untaxable retirement strategist, is going to share something that's very important for business owners, particularly small and medium business owners. Please listen up because this might be a strategy that you've never heard of before. I host this podcast weekly, or most of the time weekly. We did take a little bit of a pause if you're listening to the podcast in order, which hopefully there are more people that are doing that on a day-to-day basis. But if you're brand new, I welcome you to Crap Now What, because the spirit of this particular podcast is to share concepts so that you feel informed rather than uninformed. There are concepts out in the business world, strategies to help people to untax their retirement. In this particular case, business owners. We're going to be talking about helping your team members and helping you to save on taxes as the business owner. So this is a little bit different than what we've done in the past, but I think you will find this to be very interesting. Now, these are, again, strategies. Many of the things that I share with you are my opinion, and they're not necessarily intended to be specific advice for you. However, it's an open door for you to reach out for potentially more information. And I do very much encourage you to send in questions, ask for more clarification. I'll be more than happy to do that. So I do look forward to sharing this topic with you. Now, down to the nitty-gritty. We're talking about golden handcuffs. Golden handcuffs is a strategy that businesses will often use in order to help encourage a key team person to stay at their company. But it's not even just that simple. It's something that is very exciting for a business owner to consider because it's different than traditional retirement strategies. It's different than traditional bonuses. And you have the potential, if you have this type of strategy, this type of goal tailored perfectly, that you can even do something like this at no cost to you. That's a reason to pick up the phone and reach out to my team, because we could teach you how to do that. But let's talk about the education side of this. This is a very interesting topic for Crap Now What? Because when you become a business owner, everything mounts. It's like that Indiana Jones where the rock starts rolling down the hill. Everything that you put into the company has to be a conscious decision. Business owners oftentimes get into business because they got and have a key product, something that people are interested in, but maybe, as many business owners have learned, it's not as simple as just your product. Suddenly, now you're responsible for a lot of things. You're responsible for everything. You're responsible for every penny that's spent, all the equipment that you may have to buy, all the people and their personalities and their home life are also your responsibility. So that's why I picked today's subject about the golden handcuffs, because I'm here to help give you an idea of how you can improve your business. And like I said, at little or no cost, in many cases at no cost to you, if it's done right. So as a business owner, in the spirit of being informed, wouldn't you rather be informed of these opportunities rather than uninformed? So if you're picking up on this and you're not currently a business owner, you're going to still get some ideas that might apply to you. But I encourage you to please share this with someone that needs to hear this, or at least a snippet of this, and help your small business owner friends. I feel especially passionate about this because many small business owners struggled through the COVID period, and many are still now coming out of that period, maybe starting to have more traction, maybe to start have more profitability, but a lot of things changed during COVID, during the pandemic. Many of the things drove up costs. So again, in the spirit of helping you to save in places where you can save is very valuable, very important to me, and I'm very passionate about that. Look at all the things as a business owner that you have to consider. You have to consider equipment, having the right equipment, training people on equipment, having and handling maybe unexpected equipment failures. Along with that too, as many of you might have learned, there can be some supply chain supply challenges that has very much affected businesses. Customers. That's often one of the main reasons why a small business owner or a business owner will get into businesses, because they've already got customers. Customers that are interested, people that want to have the product or the service that you have. However, as they say in the business world, it's that constant need to look for new customers that's also on the forefront. So looking for new customers, getting new customers, attaining new customers, making sure that your current customers are happy, satisfied, and that you're retaining them. That's not the only list that business owners have to consider, but those are very key things, and they're also expenses to the business. And that is one of the biggest challenges that a business owner has, is that need to figure out where to allocate pennies, where to allocate energy. And oftentimes we're blindsided at the amount of daily decisions that happen as a business owner. Then there's your humans, the humans that are part of your team, part of your staff, how to keep those humans engaged, because they're part of the conduit to how you provide your service or how you provide your industry. And if you step back and look at your challenges with your humans, there's of course the personalities, there's the training, there's the costs of doing business, of having someone on your team. They are more than the salary, more than how much they earn per hour. There are also other business costs. So you're providing, in most cases, to a decent percentage of your team, benefits such as healthcare, maybe life insurance, maybe short-term or long-term disability. Those, on top of payroll costs, can mount very quickly. One of the other challenges, and I think I'm going to be speaking to a pain point for many business owners, is that challenge to keep a staff. Everywhere you go, there are people with signs saying that they're hiring. If you go out to any of the job boards or anything along those lines, there are companies that are constantly hiring. There are companies that have had to cut down their hours just in order to have appropriate staff. We've all had to learn to be more patient when we go places, more patient for people to take their time to get things done, because the workload has all shifted. Things have shifted. People, whether they're working at a brick and mortar or if they're working virtually, that has shifted as well. One of the other challenges is, in order to hire new, it's costing more. And that's just to keep up. So that cost has gone up for new hires. The other pressure is, in order to keep your current staff happy, there has to be some shift too in the parity, so to speak, of how much they make. You can't necessarily bring on, as we know, it's not going to work for long, not going to work financially very well, but it's not going to work for a happy workplace if your new people that are coming on are making as much, or in some cases more, than the current staff. So again, this is part of the spirit of talking about considering doing something like a golden handcuffs, because golden handcuffs in the business world, if you haven't caught on to this yet, is a way to kindly keep and attach your best team members to your company. And I can't say this enough, there are ways to do this that don't necessarily cost any money. And in some cases can be a tax benefit to your business, and certainly be attractive to the team members. So let's get into this just a little bit more, because common retention strategies tend to be a challenge in the first place. Things like cars, extra bonuses, food accounts. In some industries, the use of a vacation home, tuition, even country club memberships. It depends on the kind of business. But when we care about our key people as business owners, we look for little ways to do something special so that they feel good about the company and the organization, and staying with and feeling loyal. That's the word I'm looking for, to feel loyal. So that loyalty goes both ways. Loyalty to the team members, having the team members feel loyal to the company. But all those things, the commonality between the things I just listed off, they cost money. So that's part of the reason why a business would look at a golden handcuffs strategy. If it's done through a financial services strategy, and I know that some people are going to say, Shaunelle, you don't know what you're talking about. There are ways that the dollars that are put towards something like this can again be tax advantaged and be an invisible cost. Whereas any of these other places, it's literally a line item on your balance sheet. It's literally an expense. And even like a 401k is an expense. I'm not a 401k hater, but there are things that I'm not as fond of when it comes to a 401k. The steps to managing a 401k are numerous. There are numerous people that need to be involved in monitoring, setting up. There needs to be audits, and that involves accountants. So there are expenses even to a 401k, and that's why a golden handcuffs is a financial incentive that helps to encourage employees to stay and not leave the company. I encourage you to at least do a Google search to learn about it. And I encourage you though too, and one of the things that is a big passion of mine is that, and the spirit of this podcast is that I want you to know too that there are still a small amount of people in the financial service industry that know how to set something like this up. Of course, that does include myself. It includes my team. Set something like this up in the most efficient, most attractive, most bang for your buck, most benefits, and at the least amount of costs. And in a way that provides an incentive that sometimes people will call like an executive bonus plan, or a future retirement plan for that particular key person that has tax advantages as well, which again makes it even a little bit more attractive than a 401k, because a 401k is tax deferred. So not only would you be benefiting yourself, but also benefiting your key team members. So what I want you to do, I want you to look at the dollars that you're spending on your team and look at where the pain points are overall in your budget, because that's one of the largest parts of your budget. I want you to look at that. I want you to please look at how many dollars you're putting towards incentives. Or if you're not doing incentives and you know that it's time to do some incentives, especially for your key people, then definitely start to make that move, especially knowing that there are ways to do it in a tax advantaged way for you and help yourself and your business in multiple ways. And I also want you to reach out that you have, ask for assistance, for resources. These typically tend to be something that some of the top life insurance carriers offer, not necessarily financial advisors. So I'm going to at least point you in that direction. But again, look for the right fit. Don't just pick up the phone and grab just anyone to help you set something up with this. Grab someone that you trust, someone that is knowledgeable, and it will make that effort pay off in spades in a lot of different ways. So what I want you to do is, as a business owner, at least check out this strategy. Reach out if you have any questions to myself or my team. I do want to thank my team that helps me put together this podcast. They keep me motivated and moving and help me come up with topics that are relevant. They inspire me every day. I have Michaela and Hans with Ren's Marketing, who are wonderful, and they would be also open to help you if you ever have any marketing needs. And Caleb with Sal Media, who helps to edit and get these podcasts posted, also motivates me as well. A wonderful team of people, and I thank them very much. And you should find that these podcasts drop typically every Monday. We also take them and cut out different pieces, and we post those all over social media. So please look for anything related to Blazing Star. The company's name is Blazing Star Wealth Strategies. If you're still listening, you can find us on any of the socials, as well as on YouTube and anywhere else where you get your podcasts. Thank you very much. Okay, so if you're still listening to this podcast at this stage, this is the boring stuff. This is the disclaimer. And I'm doing this because, yes, I do care about who you are and what you do with your money. And I'm going to be here to help give you some ideas. However, these are just ideas. They're theories. Sometimes these are ideas that are coming into my head based on what's going on in the world at this time. And they're not necessarily specific financial advice. I do encourage you, if you decide to do anything with your money, make any changes, seek the advice of a professional. You're welcome to follow up with me or with someone else, and make sure that what you're doing is something that fits with you, your lifestyle, your finances, and it's a strategy that's specific to you. Again, these are ideas and concepts. Do not necessarily take these as specific financial advice and follow it directly without having a full education.